So what if someone takes your book, condenses the whole story into a summary, and publishes that summary in their own textbook? Does that amount to copyright infringement? That exact question reached the Supreme Court of Ghana in a major case involving Ghanaian author Morgan Agyei, and the ruling still matters today for writers, students, bloggers, and content creators. Morgan Agyei had written a novel titled Woes of the African Mother back in 1982. The book became so respected that it was selected as a prescribed text for students preparing for the BECE. It had transcended literature and was now required reading. Later, the education authorities planned for hundreds of thousands of copies to be printed for students. But then another publisher, Pearson Education Limited, released a different textbook called Gateway to English for JSS pupils. And inside that textbook was something that shocked Morgan: a summary of his entire novel placed in the appendix. From his perspective, this was seriously damaging to him. If students could simply read the summary, what happened to the demand for the original book? Why would you buy the full novel when the key content had been condensed elsewhere? So he sued. He asked the High Court to stop any further publication and sought damages for the unauthorized use of his book. The High Court of Ghana initially ruled in his favor, giving him $50,000 and 750 million cedis in costs and damages. But Pearson appealed, and the case moved upward until it landed before the Supreme Court of Ghana. Pearson's defense was straightforward. They indicated to the court that they did not copy his words, they did not copy his writing style, they only summarized the plot. And the copyright law does not protect ideas. That argument forced the Supreme Court to address one of the most important principles of copyright law. Copyright protects the expression of an idea, not the idea itself. In simple terms, anyone can have an idea for a story. Ideas are free. But when someone turns that story into a novel, a film, poem, or script through original expression, that expression can't be protected. The court explained that broad or general ideas cannot be monopolized. A very detailed pattern of ideas, plot structure, scenes, and arrangements copied so closely may still amount to infringement, even if different words are used. So the real question became, was Pearson's summary merely general, or was it so detailed that it effectively recreated the book? The Supreme Court held that the summary only captured the general idea of the 106-page novel. It did not reproduce the protected literary expression or detailed structure in a way that crossed the legal line. Therefore, there was no copyright infringement, and Pearson won. The court also looked at public policy. If every critic, teacher, reviewer, or student needed permission before summarizing a novel, literary discussion and education would suffer. Books must be discussable, and literature must be teachable, and so summaries are allowed. So what are the lessons today? First, ideas alone are hardly protected. Execution is what the law values most. Second, summaries can be lawful, but only to a point. If your summary becomes a disguised substitute for the original work, you may have a problem. Finally, this case reminds us that copyright law always tries to balance the interests of two people to reward original creators while allowing knowledge to circulate. Follow Super Law GH Studios for more real stories, real cases, real people.